Welcome to Legend and Lore Stories. If you're new here, please subscribe, like, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Now let's begin. The house throbbed with celebration, laughter spilling through corridors, the scent of roses and henna drifting like a soft spell, the pulse of wedding songs bright as lantern light. In that living sea of joy sat a man who barely moved. Adam Shaw, in a black sherwani over a white kurta pajama, wore composure like armor, but his eyes betrayed a colder weather, a hush of winter inside his chest. He hadn't come only for his cousin's wedding. He had come with a purpose that bit like steel. Revenge. Some wounds, he told himself, do not heal with time. Some revenges are not taken with blood, but by binding lives with a pen. Upstairs, before a mirror, Hannah Shaw adjusted her hair and smiled at herself between tiny breaths of excitement. Her cousin Alex pushed the door and laughed. "Hannah, how long will you keep getting ready? Everyone's waiting." Hannah turned, dress whispering at her knees, a playful tilt to her chin. "Just a second. Tonight I look like a princess. I heard Adam is here," Alex teased. Hannah's smile flickered. Adam, that arrogant boy who always walked like the world would step aside. "Let him be," she said coolly. "Means nothing to me." But it did. It always had. Since childhood there had been sparks, sometimes anger, sometimes pull, always a wordless duel neither admitted. Years ago, Adam's father, Ian Shaw, and Hannah's father, Arthur Shaw, brothers by blood, were torn apart by an inheritance feud. Ian left for Dubai and built an empire. Arthur stayed, holding the family together. Now Ian's son had returned, rich, polished, and dangerous with old pain. When Hannah finally descended the staircase, conversations thinned to awe. She glowed. Adam's gaze locked first, locked longest. He read her like a vow, still proud, still untamed. Their eyes met. Not a glance, a spark. A challenge neither would step away from. That night, the men gathered in a circle of soft lamps and louder talk. Stories, business, old memories, and then a sudden turn. Ian Shaw cleared his throat. "It's time we find a match for Adam. He's handling steel, construction, even tech now." Arthur Shaw nodded, surprised yet agreeable. "He's of age. Do you like someone, Adam?" Silence spread like ink. Adam lifted his gaze, steady as a verdict, and turned it toward Hannah. "Yes, I like Hannah. I want to marry her." The room froze. A beat of disbelief, then a rustle of shock. Hannah's eyes flashed, surprise, anger, and a flicker of fear that annoyed her even more. She had never imagined he would return after years and announce her name like a claim. What nonsense! The words escaped her before she could swallow them. Faces turned, especially her mother's, stunned and stern. "Hannah, mind your tongue," came the whisper of warning. Adam leaned back in his chair, the old half-smile touching his mouth. "Did I need your permission to like you?" "Yes," she shot back, chin high. "Because I am not a trophy you win in a business deal." Heat rose in the room, the walls seeming to draw closer. Later, alone, Hannah flung her dupatta on the bed, breath quick with anger. Adam thought he could walk in with wealth and pride and she would just fall. Never. A childhood flash crossed her mind. The day he broke her doll, because she wouldn't let him in her toy house. He had always been a storm. Somewhere else in the house, Adam swirled the amber in a glass, the thought coiling in his chest. She has challenged me all my life. Now she will learn the rules are mine. By morning, whispers traveled faster than tea. Some said the marriage would heal the rift. Some warned of pride and fire. Adam's mother listened, measured, and chose silence. That evening in the lawn, the earth smelled of watered grass. Hannah sat with a book she wasn't reading, eyes flicking to the doorway. He came. "May I sit?" "This is my time," she said. "My space." Adam smiled without warmth. "In a family like yours, what is private?" "What do you want?" "To break your pride," he said, stepping close enough for his breath to touch her cheek. "To remind you that debts remain." Fear pricked, then hardened into resolve. "If you think marriage is victory, be careful. You've challenged a lioness." The next day, Adam's mother arrived with a formal proposal. After long silence, the decision returned to Hannah. She stared at herself in the mirror that night, then exhaled a blade of calm. "Fine, I accept. But the rules will be mine." The wedding passed into night, and with it came a silence between two hearts louder than any song. The bridal chamber glowed with soft light. Petals scattered across the bed, and the air fragrant with jasmine. Hannah sat rigid, her pulse racing, her mind a storm. The ceremony was done, the vows spoken, the families rejoicing outside. But inside this room, there were no celebrations. There was fire, there was pride. There was the heavy weight of unfinished vengeance. She knew he would come. The door creaked, and Adam entered in a white kurta with a black waistcoat, his hair damp from a quick wash. His eyes locked on hers, and for a second he almost forgot his anger. She looked ethereal, a stubborn princess turned into a bride. He smiled faintly. "So this is the queen who was once a girl with a dollhouse." He stepped closer, lowered his head respectfully, and said, "Peace be upon you, my wife." Hannah tilted her chin high, cold. "You earn the right to call me wife when you prove yourself worthy as a husband." Adam laughed, a deep sound breaking the tension. "Even on the first night you fight me with pride. My heart tells me to silence this arrogance with a kiss." She looked away, her heartbeat betraying her. Adam gently took her hand. "Just for a moment, can you put down your pride?" She shot back, "Only if you put down your cruelty." He leaned closer, whispering, "I never come to lose. But for you, I'll learn to bend." "My stubborn queen." He slowly removed her veil, whispering how her anger made her even more beautiful. She teased, "And your smooth words make you weak." He kissed her fingers and said, "If you think I came only to conquer you, you're wrong. I came to want you." The night unfolded in whispers, touches, and a fire that burned away pride for a brief moment. Walls of enmity cracked under the weight of desire. They became not enemies but lovers, if only for a fragile night. Adam held her close, and Hannah, trembling, whispered, "Don't ever let me go." He swore, "Your breath is my life." As dawn spilled into the room, Hannah slept on his chest, while Adam stared at the ceiling, guilt creeping in. He thought, was I weak? Did I stray from my revenge? And yet, when she stirred awake and whispered, "You're changing, Adam," he denied it. Perhaps it was only a moment's weakness. But she pressed, "If it was weakness, why did you hold me all night?" His answer cut deep. "Because I wanted to see if you would break. But you haven't, you're stronger than ever." His smile carried pain. Somewhere else in the house, whispers of family politics grew louder, voices plotting, suspicions rising. But in Adam's heart, a new war had begun, between the vengeance of his past and the warmth of last night's closeness. Days folded into routine. But every moment between Adam and Hannah became a battlefield disguised as marriage. Adam's mother heard whispers from Aunt Nora. Poisonous words about Hannah's pride. "Your daughter-in-law is beautiful," she whispered, but sharp-tongued. "Control her if you want Adam happy." Adam's mother remained silent, but doubt gnawed at her. Meanwhile, in his office, Adam stumbled upon an old file. Inside were photographs, his father, Ian with a foreign businessman named Victor Hale, and Arthur Shaw standing nearby. Notes suggested a secret deal, a betrayal that forced Ian to leave Pakistan. Adam's hand shook as he turned the pages. So it was Arthur who drove my father away. Rage surged, drowning memories of tenderness. That night he returned home to find Hannah waiting, dressed softly, eyes playful. "You're late. Or were you busy with someone else?" she teased. But Adam's voice was ice. "Some bonds connect bodies, not hearts. Remember that." Her smile died. "What do you mean? Last night I was weak. Today I remember the truth. Your father destroyed mine. You are only his daughter. To me, you're punishment." Tears welled in her eyes. "So everything was a lie?" He stepped closer, whispering, "Not a lie. But not beautiful truth either." Hannah slept that night with her face turned away, her heart shattered. Adam drank silently, but even in his anger he replayed her tears. In the following days, their fights grew sharper. "Who are you to tell me how to speak?" Hannah demanded once. "Your wife? Or your enemy's daughter?" Adam snarled, pulling her close. "Every word you speak reminds me of my father's humiliation. Every touch makes me feel like a man forced into weakness. But remember, Hannah, I will not be weak." She pushed him back, tears blazing into anger. "And you will not break me." He yanked her close again, lips crushing hers in a kiss more war than love. She shoved him away, trembling. "Shame on you. This is force." Yet her voice faltered, betrayed by the heat that lingered. Adam's eyes burned. "This isn't force. It's the right you gave me. I don't just want to own you. I want to win you." The room fell silent, both with tears unshed. Finally, Hannah whispered, "If you truly want to win me with love, not hate." He touched her hair gently, murmuring, "Then teach me." She lowered her eyes and, for the first time, leaned against his chest. The war paused, if only briefly. That night, they lay side by side without force, without pride. Just two hearts unsure if they were healing or breaking. But outside the room, the seeds of deeper betrayal had already been planted, waiting to bloom. The storm inside Adam grew heavier when another file landed on his desk. This time, the truth cut sharper than steel. The documents revealed that Arthur Shaw had not betrayed Ian at all. It was Victor Hale who cheated both brothers, forcing Ian to leave while Arthur tried to shield him. Adam's breath stilled. The man he had hated for years was actually his father's protector. And Hannah, she was not a punishment. She was innocence he had crushed with his blind rage. Tears blurred his eyes as he whispered, "I have wronged her. I've wronged them both." That evening, he returned home restless, searching for Hannah, only to find her absent. She had retreated to her grandmother Rose's house. There, Hannah lived in silence, eyes red, soul torn. She thought of his words, "You are punishment," and replayed every touch, every tear. Could love grow from such hate? Meanwhile, Adam locked himself away, shutting out business, friends, even family. Each night he stood under the stars, whispering, "If I want her heart, I must fight myself first." He softened with servants, cared for his mother, and in every small act, tried to carve away the harsh man he had been. One day, Hannah received a letter without name or seal, but the handwriting she knew too well. "Hannah, the touch you gave me once reached my heart, but I did not understand it. Only now in your absence do I see that it was love, not pride. I don't ask for your forgiveness. I only ask that one day you see the man I am trying to become. Yours perhaps unworthy still, Adam. Tears spilled as she read, her heart trembling. Could he be changing? Could the storm inside him truly fade? Days later, Adam stood at Arthur's grave, laying flowers with trembling hands. "Forgive me," he whispered. "I hurt your daughter in ways no enemy should. She is my weakness now. Pray she forgives me." At Grandma Rose's door, he appeared one day, clean-shaven, weary, but eyes clear. "I am not here to take Hannah back," he said softly. "I only want you to know I am changing. Pray for me." Rose smiled gently. "True love takes time. If you are true, she will return." Hannah watched from the window, hidden. Tears glistened as she saw the man who once came with arrogance now bowing with humility. For the first time, she wondered if broken hearts could be mended by truth. Time passed slowly, each day a test for Adam. He distanced himself from old habits, worked quietly, and sought no escape except the hope of winning back Hannah. Nights found him whispering her name to the stars. Days spent trying to be better than the man who once mocked love. Then one evening, the bell rang at Grandma Rose's house. A servant entered the lawn where Adam sat. "Sir, she is here." Adam rose, his chest tightening. Steps echoed across the stones. And then Hannah appeared. Simple white dress, no makeup, but her eyes shining with that same fire he both feared and adored. He froze, then stepped forward, then stopped. Hannah's voice was steady. "I only came to see if you've truly changed, or if this is another trick." Adam closed his eyes. "If my words fail you, see my tears. If my voice falters, feel my silence. Believe nothing else but the truth that I am not the same man." Hannah breathed deeply. "Eyes can lie, Adam, touch cannot." He extended his hand slowly. "May I?" She hesitated, then placed her hand into his. "This time, touch me only for my heart, not my body." He bent and kissed her hand gently. "I regret every wound I gave you. If I ever touch you again, it will be as healing." Tears glistened in her eyes. "You once turned my touch into wounds. Now, if you touch again, make it medicine." He pressed his lips to her forehead and whispered, "From this moment, my love is for your soul, not your flesh." They sat together that evening, speaking less, feeling more. No force, no anger, only the slow warmth of forgiveness blooming where hatred once grew. For the first time, Hannah allowed herself to lean on him without fear. And for the first time, Adam felt the strength not of pride, but of humility. The war was shifting, not to victory, but to peace. The days that followed were unlike the past. Their conversations softened, laughter returned, and where there had once been fire, there was now calm light. Yet one final question lingered. One night, Hannah looked into Adam's eyes and asked, "Do you truly love me, Adam? Or is this just your guilt speaking?" Adam took her hand and placed it against his chest. "If you were not here, this heart would only beat. With you, it lives." Tears rolled down her cheeks, but her lips curved into a smile. "Then never let me go." He kissed her hair. "I will spend every day proving I deserve you." That night, there was no pride, no vengeance, no fear. Only love that felt like dawn after years of storm. They lay together, breathing in rhythm, hearts finally aligned. Hannah whispered, "Every time I doubted you, you pulled me back. Now every time you hold me, I will find myself safe." Adam smiled, holding her tighter. "Every time you fight me, I will fight myself. Every time you forgive me, I will learn love again." Their story was not perfect, but it was real. Two broken souls stitching themselves back into wholeness. And as the night drew quiet, they knew that sometimes love is not found in victory, but in surrender. Sometimes revenge melts into forgiveness, and pride bows before the strength of compassion. So, dear listeners, this was the tale of Adam and Hannah, a love born from hate, a marriage forged in fire, and a union healed by truth. If you felt their pain and their triumph, then let this story remind you that no wound is too deep for love to heal, and no pride too strong for love to break. Thank you for joining me here at Legend and Lore Stories. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this tale with your friends. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and remember, every legend has a heartbeat, and every heart holds a story. The mansion filled once again with light and happiness. Grandfather Edward hugged Hannah and said, "You are not just William's wife. You are my granddaughter, too." It was a moment Hannah would never forget. Yet the real light was in their hearts. One night, the room was dimly lit, filled with fragrance and the peace of love. William gently placed his hand on her shoulder and whispered, "Tonight, you are not just my wife. You are my soul." Hannah lowered her gaze and smiled. The moment was complete. When the sun rose the next morning, they lay side by side, smiling at one another. William softly said, "This is not a debt of love I repaid, Hannah. This is the life I want to live with you." Hannah rested her head on his chest and whispered, "This is not a debt anymore." William, "This is my right, forever." Their bond had now survived pride, silence, sickness, and trials, transforming into a love that was eternal and unbreakable. Dear friends, this was the story of William and Hannah. A love that began with pride, endured the storms of life, and finally became a bond of the soul. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel Legend and Lore Stories, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your love and support is what keeps us going, and it motivates us to bring you more such unforgettable tales.